What's up, everybody? This is Riley Newton, and I'm joined by Cole Carr. Today we're going to be doing a little post-match commentary on a little match play that we did with Mason Grammer and Nick Wood, a couple of guys who also live in our area. It was a really fun day, and so we just wanted to show you guys the highlights, hole-by-hole breakdown. So, Cole, I'm going to turn it over to you, man, to introduce us to hole one.
Yeah, this is hole one. Pretty short one, just kind of down the middle to the left. For me, as a lefty, it was a forehand. I brought out an ace disc for this one.
Yeah, you did.
But I should have thrown it before I teed off. Overcooked it right off the bat. Pretty bad kick to start.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, it's kind of, especially like for the first time with us doing like a match play with other people, like
This is a good shot.
there's a little nerves there.
Yeah, I was nervous. This is a great shot by you right there, though. But bad roll.
Yeah, unfortunate roll there, but still should be in putting distance. We got Mason. We talked to Mason and Nick before the round. They said that they were throwing a lot of Lone Star stuff.
This one scared me.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was in the
I
bucket.
was like, please, no ace to start.
Dude, for sure.
And I love Nick because he doesn't, no practice throw, walks up, throws it every time.
Yep,
They're
yep.
a great shot, just a little deep, I think.
Yep, just a little pass. And that's going to kind of be a theme out here for these holes. They're all pretty short until you get to the back nine. So really, we should have birdie looks for all of them. That was a really nice putt by you right there.
I'm going to be honest, that felt really good. I was like, I would love to start the day with a little confidence.
Yeah, for sure. Anywhere in that 15, 20-foot range to make those like right off the bat, it's like, okay, this is going to be a good day.
Yeah, as you can see, both teams under par here. This hole right here for me as a lefties, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a tough one for you, honestly. I mean, I guess the only other option you would have right here is like a forehand or something, but it's a tight angle.
Yeah, for me, the tee box is weird.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird angle. I'm throwing the same exact disc I threw on hole one. This is a harpoon. I just recently put this in my bag, actually, but I've really, really started to love it. You know, I wouldn't say it's replaced my harp, but it's a disc that I've really began to rely on. And you can see why right there. I mean, for a second, I thought I was going to skip off that path and like go straight in. I was just really, really liking it.
That would have been awesome. Oh, yeah. It did trickle down by the pin, which was nice.
Yeah. And I asked Mason what he was throwing here, and he said he was throwing the Walker.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, the Walker Lone Star disc.
Yep.
I believe that's one you've messed around with a
It
little
is.
bit.
It's very dependable as far as it's going to turn. You do not have to worry about that.
Yeah. That's a pretty good shot by him. He's up there. He'll have a putt at it.
This one right here was pretty well laced as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It was nice.
Good shot.
You really have to push that little boardwalk thing over there in order to have a look.
This one scared me. I'm not gonna lie when I putted it.
No, that's fair. And what you can't see off of the tee or like on video is how tight that hole is. Like it's such a short hole, but the gap is really only like 10 feet wide, and if you miss it, it's a bad time. So that's why it's a little nervy.
100%. You want to introduce three? What we got going on here?
Yeah, so this one's another really short hole, but this one is really far uphill. So you kind of have to throw something that hyzers over to the right. So for you, it'd be a backhand. For me, a little forehand.
Yeah, I let this one slip just a little bit, way too far. I want to go to the right of that big tree. Went left. Not really a line over there.
Yeah, this was my first forehand of the day. My hands were still a little bit cold.
Nice.
But, you know, I was hoping it's such a short hole I could pitch it up there.
Sergeant, right?
Yeah, I've really been leaning into this disc for all of my forehand shots. And it just leaked a little bit early. So I foreshadowed that one a little bit when I was talking about my hands being cold.
You're good.
But
Now, I can't tell. I thought maybe it was a Mad Cat in his hand, but I don't think it is.
yeah, this was just laced by Mason. Perfect
Literally.
little counter skip, like literally straight up to the basket, man. I was like, oh,
Yep.
all right, so this is how it's going to be.
I started putting a little pressure right there. I'm not going to lie. And you know Nick just walks up and hits. I love it.
Yeah, and well, the thing I was noticing about Nick is he doesn't rely on forehands as much as I think Mason did. Nick had a great backhand for the day, and so whenever he was throwing backhands, I was like, oh dang, like this is about to be pretty good, I think.
All right, sir, all you.
Yeah, I didn't lay up as good as I wanted to. I wanted to be able to give you a run here.
Yeah, well, we were both far out, and so I was like, I'm just giving this a go. And honestly, for a second, I was thinking it was in, man. I thought it was in for sure. So,
I'm going to be honest. At this point, I was nervous through hole 5.
yeah.
Until you looked at me and said, hey, I need you to just chill out. Just
Yeah.
play. I'd never played a doubles and or a competitive match. And I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah, sure.
And so I was like, man,
Well, it's a learning experience for sure, and I haven't played anything like that in a long time, so I'm trying to get back into it myself. So there's Nick throwing one down this ridge.
It's Mason here.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, this is hole 4. It's pretty much a straight shot, but you get trees in the middle. You gotta go around them either way.
Yeah, and it's really sketchy too, because I mean, if you hit a tree and you kick down left or right, like Nick does right here, unfortunately, it goes way down. I mean, there's nothing really to stop your disc.
So me as a lefty here, I took this. I want to go split these trees in the middle, and I'm throwing a culprit, and so it's supposed to turn over really hard, but that wind, dude. I split the gap, and it just carried it dead straight.
Yeah, I will say it was a super windy day today. You can't really see in the woods, but you'll kind of see it a little bit more once we get out into the open holes out here. And, man, I just pulled this one. I had a chance right there to kind of get lucky, like around that backside. But once you kick down there, like you can see right here, this is all that Mason and Nick have. It's just to kind of pitch up to the basket that's right behind the camera.
Kind of scary because if you go long, you're down the other side.
Yeah, or if it picks up and rolls, like it's a really sketchy upshot. But that was perfect.
Literally
right
perfect. That route was made for that shot.
Yeah, seriously. That was
such a good shot. And so at this point, Nick's like, I'm just going to give it a rip. He's got a good one up there. And then those little limbs, just unfortunate.
Unfortunately. That's still, man, like when you have the green light to go, it's still so scary to like run something like that.
This one right here, I would want back.
It was close, man. Honestly,
it was going to dive right in, but then it rolled all the way down.
It did, unfortunately, yeah.
That was some things I wish I might have tried differently. I may have actually let you putt first and go for it, and me just lay up.
Well, you know, I think as long as one of us is getting aggressive, like there was just no way. Like we were inside the circle there, and I thought about it for a second, and then I was like, dude, if I miss this, it's bogey at best, honestly. So I just decided to lay that one up there and go ahead and try to take a stroke on the next hole.
Yeah. Hole 5 down the hill, a lot of trees. This one, to me, is one of the tougher holes for me as a lefty.
Yeah.
He throws a really good shot right here.
Yeah, that was solid. The basket is a little bit up the hill once you get down to the bottom of that gorge. So really you're just trying to get something down there, and if you do, you'll have a putt at it. Nick's kind of checking out the lines over here.
Nick is very risky with this colored disc.
Yeah,
I'm throwing big B. He said after the round, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that color. This right here is a tough hole for me, mainly because I'm still learning the forehand, so my release point is just not quite where I want it.
I kind of talked you out of the lefty backhand line.
I really wanted it down the left side. I thought about it.
When I was a forehand only player, I threw that a pretty good bit. It's one of those like risk reward shots. Like if you hit it, normally you're a good ways down there.
Yeah, I was going to throw the culprit and throw it really hard because it goes really straight. And honestly, knowing I hadn't thrown a forehand well, I probably should have. But we were just trying to make the best play.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Luckily, I had it kind of dialed today, so.
Yeah, that's the harpoon again.
Yeah, same disc, man. Same disc.
And Mason's got a nice putt right here. And I think this is one thing you can tell that he's worked on his repetition, and he does the exact same routine just about every time he putts.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter how far, how short it is.
Exactly. Dialed.
Yeah, he nailed it. Hop up and put that one in. Jinx. Sorry, Cole.
It's okay.
I saved you.
Hole number 6, another short one. Technically, to the left a tad is protected by trees, and you got a hill. So it's like rollaways are very, very common.
Yeah, like honestly, if you hit this one with any hyzer, like it's really lucky to stay up.
That one sat well for him. This is the one time I think I saw Nick take his time.
Yeah.
He's a go get it.
Yeah, and they were talking it through too, you know, trying to figure out if they're close enough to putt, that sort of thing.
He kind of said, just give it a run. We're close enough. Here, I had the slammer. It turns really hard, but I just overturned it, and it just soared.
Yeah, you just blew past it.
It just.
This hole is probably only 100 feet. I mean, it's not far at all. And it's really easy just to fly past it if you're nervous about hitting the hill and having to roll away.
Comes that harpoon.
Yeah, I know. There's kind of a theme on these first few. They're just so short. Like, I just like something I can trust. And honestly, that one was a little sketchy. When it hyzered in,
Yeah.
I had second thoughts about throwing it, but it just kind of caught on something. And, you know, sometimes that's all you need on this one is out here at Tom Bigby, you honestly have to get a little bit lucky in order to shoot a really good round. Yeah, you weren't missing that
little
one.
Scoober. They asked me to
Yeah.
birdies for both teams there. Hole 7. This one, I like this one. You can't tell how tight the gap is, but it's very tight.
Yeah.
I think it says it's 234 back to the right. But playing uphill to the basket plays a lot more than 234.
Yep. And it's just an uncomfortable angle. I mean, there's definitely a line there for the backhand and for the lefty hyzer, but it's just a weird gap because of that tree right there, the one that Nick just hit. It's really hard to get the disc turned enough to make it to the basket, but not hyzer off too short by getting scared of that tree.
So I disced up here pretty high. I was kind of scared of the disc. I was throwing an Explorer, but I wanted to throw a ton of hyzer and let it have a chance to skip up.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot, man.
That was the first shot of the day where I felt like, okay, I'm not as nervous after I threw that one.
I would say for this particular course, this would be considered a bonus birdie. Like if I get a par on this one, I'm not beating myself up. And this one, I was just going to ace run it just because I was like, you're parked. Yeah. So I tried to throw it a little bit higher, and I hit that ceiling right there.
Little limb, dude. I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, because I normally throw a mid-range there, but I was like, I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
So
that is the fun thing about doubles. Mason gives it a run here. So this was pretty unfortunate for them.
Yeah, man. Anytime you hit metal on a hill like that, it's just you never know what's going to happen, you know. You give it the best bid you can, and got really unlucky.
And then this one, I thought was going to do the same thing, dude. And then that root, it just sat. I was like, that's nice.
Popped right down.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, man.
Picked up birdie.
Yeah, nice of you to get a birdie for us.
You know, it felt good after I was so nervous first few holes. But like I said, it was a ton of fun. We were just out there having a really good time.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of birdies out there. This is hole 8. It's also a very short hole. It's up just over the hill to the right of those trees right there, dead in the middle. And if you go long, or if it rolls, you're gone. So I decided to make sure it didn't do that.
Spotters.
Yeah, I'm just throwing a little. I think this is my judge. It's an EMAC judge. It's really beat in, so I'm just kind of try to throw something that lands flat on that hill because I really don't want it to roll away.
Yep. We kind of got the feeling that it was close.
Yeah,
It felt
really,
like close.
Really thought that it was on a good line.
We did get confirmation later that it did hit the pin.
Yep.
But like on the bottom side, which is cool. And then Mason puts another good one up here.
Yeah, really solid. I don't know what this. That might have been that Walker again. It's something overstable, whatever it is.
We did have spotters on top, which was nice. And so we had a little bit of a gallery up there to tell us that it didn't roll away, which is nice. And that's a tough backhand hole for a righty, for sure, if you're trying to turn it over like
Honestly,
that.
I think you might have been going for the roller ace. I think that's
I think
that's what it was. Yeah, I didn't confirm that with Nick afterwards, but we can talk to him next time we play.
Birdies and birdies. So. Birdies and birdies. Everyone, I want to let you know that I give Riley a hard time for not recording my drives. I do not record his drive on this hole. So it's a good thing. Our drives are fairly similar. I think his was just right next to mine.
Yeah, except for mine chained out and rolled away.
I remember. I forgot that.
So,
yeah.
But it's all good. Yeah, I wish that was how it
this
played
one got a good little skip.
Yeah, crazy
maybe
little
straight run at it. If you're playing your own disc, you would not be too mad about that.
Seriously.
That's a skip for sure.
Nice little reaction there off the hill.
This man coming up clutch, dude. He don't miss.
Yeah, beautiful shot there. Anything that's up on that hill, man, like you're good. This one's kind of a bowl, so this one honestly doesn't matter where your partner is, you're running at it.
Yep.
Pretty much every time.
I almost dissed up again on that hole just to give it a run.
Because if you hit the hill in the back, it just rolls right down, you know. So honestly, these putts right here are about as tough as it gets on this hole. Kind of gives you a weird angle, like the footing is always off a little bit. And yeah, I mean, that's just easy to do out here. Like, you're just putting in ways that you've never really putted in other places in Tupelo. Outside of maybe veterans, you kind of get some of this.
Because that one, like, he's uphill, but it's not severe. You know what I mean? It's not like you're putting straight down like you were earlier. It's just slight, ever so slightly. And so he just catches the top of it right there.
Yeah, I always practice my straddle putts before I come out here to Tom Bigby because I know I'm never going to be putting straight up.
All right.
You guys, 7
And so at this point, this is the front nine. Both teams 7 under. Was a great action-packed front nine.
Yeah, a bunch of birdies to be had. Really excited to see how it turns out for the back nine. So come back, check it out with us.
Let's do it.